wait till I use my laptop. So I'm here.
Okay, so just to be, are you familiar with the process at all then?
Well, not unless it changed from many years ago, because the last time I went in front of city council, oh my God, it must have been maybe 15 or 20 years ago, but whatever you have to do, I'm here.
Okay, so the process for city council is for all the boards and authorities and commissions. We first of all conduct an interview with the nominations committee, which consists of myself, Wes Butler, and Johanny Cepeda Freitas. We're just waiting for Johanny to join us. Okay, so what we usually do, and we keep it very informal, okay, just to get a sense of what, board and authority you're applying for and what your interest is.
Okay, well, very good.
Okay, so if you would just give us a little bit of your background and why you're interested in serving.
Oh, okay, very good. Again, my name is Lisa Blount. I am a resident and citizen of the city of Reading. I've been here for many years. I've completed my paperwork for the Human Relations Commission. I've been on the commission for many, many years, and I would like to continue in that role. In that role, I have been working along with Kim and the other commissioners, looking at housing complaints, landlord tenant. At one point when we had the HUD funding, it was about employment. But I enjoy working with the commission, the different commissioners. I enjoy being a city resident and looking at different, I'm not gonna say problems, but barriers in housing with landlord and tenant and any other information that comes up during our meetings. So I've been very engaged, and again, working with the commissioners have been a pleasure for me for many years.
Well, thank you, first of all, very much for serving. And Wes, you can feel free at any time at all to chime in with any questions, any clarifications, anything you'd like to add. But this is for an appointment or reappointment to the Human Relations Commission.
Yes. Hi, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you for wanting to be reappointed to this commission, and thank you for serving for the commission for so many years. Just a quick question. What is the major issue that the Human Relations Commission will have to tackle or address in the upcoming year?
Well, I would hopefully and prayerfully hope that we could get the HUD funding again for employment. I think the employment piece is very important. I'm not sure what steps that Kim is taking currently, but I definitely would like to see that. But currently, I want the landlords to be fair to the tenants. I know a lot of the tenants have been going through different issues. So right now, what I would like to see is a continuation of us working with the landlord and tenants to try to help solve their issues. But definitely the future would be definitely around employment. I think that piece is very important too for the city of Reading.
Yeah, and I guess one of the challenges I see is during this COVID period, people were getting funding from the state or the federal government to help them to be able to hold over with, expenses such as rent. Those are going to stop, and the eviction moratorium is going to stop. How do you think that's going to affect the Human Relations Commission?
Well, definitely more outreach and education to the tenants. And well, first of all, to the landlords and the tenants, but hopefully at our last meeting, we were talking about some ideas that maybe could hopefully happen very soon. We're getting homeless people the resources that they need. So I think that's going to be an issue dealing with the homelessness in the city of Reading. I know we have shelters, but I know mothers with children and families, they need places to go. So I definitely know that could be a big issue for the office and how Kim is going to navigate that.
Yeah, exactly. And you play such an important role for advocating for people, because they're not there for their own choice, what's
That's
happened.
correct. That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you would say anything improve about the process of working with the city, what might that be?
Well, I would like to see maybe more meetings in the community.
Mhm.
And maybe I have missed some in my area. I live on Washington Street at the Goggle Works, but I would like to see more meetings. For one thing, beautification in this area. I think trees and plants and things are so important, and I would like to see that. I don't see that much here in the city of Reading. When I go to like DC, Maryland, different areas, I see a lot of greenery, and I would like to see that here in this neighborhood and in more neighborhoods, more trees and plants, more beautification,
Yeah, that's really important.
and keeping the streets clean.
Yeah, and that's a lot you have to do in partnership with the people that live in the city and the people that drive through the city, because sometimes there are worse culprits.
Mhm. And also definitely on Penn Street. I mean, I go up Penn Street a lot. I know there may not be funding to get the construction done, but we need a facelift. Definitely, we need a facelift downtown Reading.
Good ideas.
Mhm.
As far as working with people that rent, what kinds of things do you feel they need help with as far as advocacy?
Well, advocacy, I think definitely the Human Relations Commission office, I think Kim and Nilda do a really good job with their outreach and education, educating the landlords and the tenants. And I think that's what's important, is just the education piece, because sometimes the tenants are not aware of their rights. And sometimes the landlords can be very intimidating. And I think the education piece is so important for the tenants to know what their rights are.
Yeah.
How, I'm sorry, I'm just asking a question.
Sure, good. Go on.
How important is it that you work with the magisterial district judges in Reading?
Oh, well, I think, Kim, I work full-time, so I don't go to court, but I think that piece is very important because I think that it's important for the district justices to listen to what the tenants and landlords are saying, but then get um, a fair hearing and result that they can able, if the landlord may have to evict, the tenant may have to stay. So I think that's important for the district justices to work closely with the landlord and the tenant.
All right. Make it more of a problem-solving courtroom than trying to be punitive.
Yeah, and also I think the district justices, they do, from what I hear, they do a good job. And also talking about landlord and tenant rights when they have to. So
Exactly.
I think that piece is going on very well.
Yeah, I'd be interested at some point for an educational session by the Human Relations Commission to really be discussing the issues of equity and such, because I don't think people really understand what that means and how important this commission is to make that happen in Reading.
I agree. But I know Kim is on a lot of boards, and it's just her and Nilda, and they're doing the best they can. So maybe
Oh,
funding
sure.
can become available for more people or staff in their office to do more outreach. So I think that would definitely be needed as well.
And that's why you talked about having another grant like you had before.
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I saw Wes one on, Wes, are you still here? Just wait for him to sit down again. So, Wes, I wondered whether you had any more questions at all?
Yes, I'm sorry. I went to go get a tissue. I was on mute. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good time to do that. Thank you.
No, I didn't have any more questions. Did you?
No, and Lisa, do you have any questions for us? We always like to have this be a dialogue.
Oh, no, not at this time. I'm pretty confident in knowing that you guys are doing a good job. Kim's doing a good job. And I think, you know, as I said, education and outreach is so important because people need to be educated on what's happening, like get the clear information, not hearsay, but get the
Right.
information from her office. And I think that's important. But
And I have to say,
Mhm.
yeah, go
But I
on.
definitely would like to see more funding become available, and I know like Kim is doing a good job, but I really would like to see the employment piece come back. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have anything to do with that. I know that's a HUD and federal issue, but I definitely would like to see that piece come back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be speaking now as a social worker. That's what I do most of my day.
Go ahead.
And working where I do at the Council on Chemical Abuse, we see a lot of issues where people are in transitional houses. And I just feel that this thing's going to implode on us very soon as far as housing and people being able to locate affordable housing, because it takes so much to make that transition from like a recovery house back to caring for an apartment. So
Mhm.
it's going to be some challenging times ahead for all of us.
Right, and I think the main issue is affordability. So many of these places, the prices are so expensive. I mean, how are people going to afford these apartments? That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be able to go out and afford what, I bet you for the house that I live in now, I would not be able to afford what would be rented for at this point
Mhm.
if it was in the private market. So,
Yeah, I agree.
well, thank you very much for your time. And the way the process will work is next Monday on our agenda, we will put forward your name for recommendation for reappointment, and the
Okay.
council votes on it. And I guess you then have to come in and sign the book again and, go through the normal process. So we thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you, and look forward to meeting with you guys in person again, maybe some fun events in the city of Reading.
We're on our way. It's going to take some time,
Good, good, good.
but it's been 2 years now. So I guess,
Yeah,
that's a good,
no.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Lisa.
Bye. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Can I ask the person who has logged in as info, INFO, to please identify themselves?
Info is BCTV.
Thank you. With that said, the other two interviews are not here at the moment. Karen was not scheduled till 4:30, so she may join us in a few moments.
So I thought while we're waiting, just Wes and I and you, Michelle, could just have discussions about the process, where we stand with it, how our interviews are lining up. And since Wes is new to this, any questions he might have.
No, I've been watching the noms and appointment meetings before, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think you do. It's just what's our status for filling all the available slots at this point?
Available
it's-
on boards and commissions?
Yeah.
It's like a rotating door. As soon as you think that you have a few of them close to or full, then you lose more on something else. So it's always people transitioning on and off.
Okay. I mean, we got caught up with Wes, we were for a year or so in like a real backlog where applications weren't moving through the mayor's office. So we weren't having them to process. So that's when we had a lot of catching up, and we were really working full steam to make that happen. So, yeah. So you see our schedule being about 3 a week or 3 every other week when we meet.
Oh, so noms and appointments is not once a month?
No.
It's okay, every 2 weeks?
It's
Yeah, but
the
that's what I
first
wanted
and-
to.
Yeah, it's the first Monday for sure, usually. It's the third Monday if we have enough people to schedule another full meeting. So if these other two applicants don't arrive today, there will be 3 on the 21st.
Okay.
And usually 3 is about the maximum amount we can get in within an hour time.
Yeah, I don't want you all to be late for the committee of the whole, so I try to keep it to 3.
Yeah. Now, fortunately, I got myself home. You're where you need to be. Wes, I have to get from work downtown home, get my computer set up and everything, within a half an hour. So I'm sort of like crunched. Then I finally sit down and say, okay, I'm ready to go.
You're always running around, Marcia.
Oh, it's a nice way of putting it, yeah. Yeah. But, and then I have to also change my mind thought, because I'm thinking about work things when I'm, in there, and then I have to say, okay, take a deep breath and let's get ready for council.
I do that the same. I gotta say, all right, we put school and basketball over here,
Right?
council now. Yeah.
Yep, so we all learned to multitask really well. Do we have any of the larger boards and authorities coming up for any reappointments? Any of the more critical ones?
There's another one for Human Relations Commission if she comes in today. There
Okay,
seemed to have been a big batch of expirations on that one all
Right.
at the same time, which I'm not sure how that happened, but
and then don't we have the planning commission too? That we have
that
more
one,
slots?
I have two applications for one slot that's left open. I haven't gotten a response from the mayor's office on which one was chosen yet.
Yeah, and Wes, each of the boards and authorities has like a different scheme of where the applications flow through. The majority of them go through the mayor's office. He approves them and they move ahead to us. The parking authority is purely the mayor. We don't have anything to do with that. Okay, and then what are the ones that are just council?
This council at the beginning of the Moran administration chose to put them all through the mayor's office. So I'm sending them all to him first. So we don't have that split process anymore at
Okay.
this time.
But there's certain ones that we have appointments from the council and appointments from the mayor. There's something I'm leading to at this point. I think we have to make an appointment for the Recreation Commission from council.
There's an application that's been pending that the mayor's been holding for quite an extended amount of time.
Okay, because I noticed that when I go to the Rec Commission meetings, that we're, short one person.
Yep.
Okay. So I can circle around it. Go on.
If you scroll down through the agenda, a few pages after the applications, there's a memo that
Right.
are all the pending ones, and you can see on there how long the mayor has had that Recreation Commission application in his office.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see that now. Thank you. I just brought up the information. Oh, okay. And the other thing that we need. Wes, do you see the agenda for this meeting towards the end of it? They have the following persons have applications for board authorities and commissions. We've never started the Citizens Initiative Commission. Except for Tanya Butler. I think you know that lady. Appointment has mayor approval.
I might
That's
know.
it.
I've not moved her forwards because she doesn't, and there's nothing for her to do as a board of one. But we are hopeful, Johanny and I spoke a few weeks ago, we're hoping that as some of the youth commission members age out, that we can coax them into the Citizens Initiative Commission to try and
that makes sense.
transition them into some other leadership positions.
Well, we have 11 seats there. Go on.
Genesis had mentioned that to me about the Citizens Commission. So
Good. I also want to talk to one of my constituents that was on the Charter Redistricting Commission to see now that that's done with, maybe she'll want to be on the Citizens Initiative. So I think, do we need to have more recommendations from council, or is that's just waiting for the mayor?
For which one?
For the Citizens Initiative Commission.
We have no other applicants at this point. That's why that's not moving forward.
Okay, so we need to let council know. Okay, I'll speak with the council president. And we just need to give direction, and there are one per district. And we have your district applicant is been approved by the mayor, so we need 6 more. Okay.
Right.
And the person I'm just looking, Rec Commission, we have the person that we're waiting for from the mayor's office, and that's since 2021. Charter Board, the person we're waiting for, Susan.
Yeah, and it's unlike her that she's not here, so. Oh,
Yeah.
here's Miss Archie.
Hello. Wes, do you want to take the lead on starting the interview with us, with Karima?
Yes, is she on? Can't.
Yes, I'm on. How's everyone doing?
Good, thank you.
That's
Yes.
good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Wesley. How about yourself?
Doing all right, just hanging in there.
That's good.
Everything's on its way. But yes, as part of the interview, we just, ask you questions and want to know your interest and background as to why you should be reappointed, right? You were already on the commission.
Yes.
Be reappointed to the Human Relations Commission. And my first question is, what will be the major issue that the Human Relations Commission will have to tackle this year?
Homelessness.
Mhm.
Do you want me to go more? You want me to go further?
Yeah, I'd be interested in your point of view with this.
Yes.
Huge.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be on the Human Relations Commissioner. I'm learning the process as far as how it's being done and what can be done to speed things along, because homelessness is a problem. They come up with different suggestions and so forth. I know there's fundings available, but people, I think we need to move a little bit faster on that, because homelessness is a big thing here around the country, you know that, but
Right.
also really big here in Reading.
And what role do you think the Human Relations Commission should play as far as addressing homelessness?
What's available for them,
Right.
help them as far as anything that's like applications, deadlines, help them move it along as fast as they possibly can.
How important is it that you work with the magisterial district judges in the city of Reading?
How
and
important is
tackling
that?
this issue? Yes.
I'm sorry.
How important is it that you work with the magisterial district judges in the city of Reading? Because in terms of landlord tenant cases, that goes to them. So how important is it that you have a relationship with them?
That we're all on the same page, and I believe they are, as far as getting people placed as soon as possible. No one wants anyone on the street. Now, I haven't personally had to deal with the magistrate yet. I know Kimberly Talbot, the director, she has, and she brings it back to us as far as things that go into there. And yes, I think it's important to do those things as far as moving it along as fast as possible. We need compassionate people in those positions, and I think we do have some.
Right. And I'm just going to speak from being in social services my entire life. We have the best team of district magistrates that we've ever had as far as
Wonderful.
understanding social service issues. There were times that there were absolutely some things that are even, I wouldn't even want to share with you, things that were said in the courtroom that really marginalized people and were very stigmatizing. So I'm just glad that at least our magistrates are looking at it from a humane perspective and helping people.
Yes. And that's how I think we're working together with them.
Yeah. Now, when we had our first interview, there was some discussion about possibly needing some funding. It was Lisa Blunt that was talking about a previous program you had that you'd like to see returned.
Which program was that?
I thought it was a rental assistance program.
It could have been possibly rental
Yeah.
assistance.
I'm
And she
just
was
trying to
saying-
look at what resources you might need as a commission to be able to really support you in the work that you do.
Any resource source that would help the people as far as getting them placed into different homes. Lots of times we talk about affordable housing, I know there's some different plans out there as far as housing people. And it's temporary situation, but I think we have to start looking at long-term, and that's where money will come in as far as looking at it on a long term.
Right.
People also need stability. I mean, we're trying to get them off the streets, but you also wanted to try them to give them some type of stability in their home, because a lot of them have children. So that's important to do.
Let me ask you this. You see the folks coming from you. I know there's a lot of, especially mothers with children that just they can't fit into the shelters, which isn't long-term housing anyhow, but then there isn't
Right.
any affordable housing for them. Do you find there's a lot of people with like mental health issues, substance use issues that are challenged with being able to maintain housing?
I'm sure there's a good percentage.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a good percentage out there that is having that problem.
Yeah.
But that still shouldn't stop us.
Right.
From
Definitely
doing,
not.
right, whatever is needed to be done for them.
There are plenty of resources, just they need to be connected together.
Yes. Yeah.
So is there anything more the city could be doing for the commission?
Well, I'll tell you, with me, I see Kimberly Talbot, she's the director there. And I always feel as though she does an excellent job within her position, but she needs help. She needs help as far as getting some of the things that need to be done. She's one person, and I know she works from morning to evening, doing her job. I see that she needs more help to accomplish what needs to be accomplished with that department.
Exactly.
You're
Mhm.
saying she needs an assistant, is what you're saying, or?
Yes, at least one assistance or more than assistance in some full-time employment. She needs help because she doesn't complain, but I see, she doesn't complain. She
No.
does what she needs to do. She doesn't complain about it, but I know that she needs help in order to get more done for the Reading people.
Yeah, and was that something we could really bring up as we're looking at next year's budget? Because this has been consistent for every year that the commission takes on more and more work and
Yes,
doesn't have the staffing it needs.
yes.
And the problems aren't going to get any better. I don't see that. I think we're going to see a real
No,
implosion.
that's right. And it has increased so far with her, with the pandemic and everything. And we
Right.
know that it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. And she does need help. And I'm glad that you recognize that.
Well, I see, part of my job is I see the people coming into our office that need the help, trying to find
Yes.
them housing.
Mhm.
People that are put into recovery houses, that's not supposed to be permanent housing.
Right.
Okay, but then trying to find them other places to
I
live.
know. Yes.
So I've written grants to be able to help to get them like their first month's rent, that kind of thing, to get them
Yes.
stabilized. So it's been a really interesting patchwork. But I know there's not enough for women and children.
No, there isn't.
And
And that's not just happening here in Reading. It's happening all over.
what I don't want to see happening in Reading is what I'm seeing happening in a lot of other cities where people are living on tents in the streets. It's already happening in some of our wooded areas and down by the river,
Mhm.
where that's where they're living at. That's their home. And, I don't
We have
think
to-
many
we
of
have
them
to
have
change that.
children, but yeah, that's just, it's
Yeah,
unacceptable.
we have to work on changing that. That has to be changed. And to my understanding, there's money out there.
Right.
There's money out there. So we need to do that and move as quickly as possible. Sometimes it takes too long to get anything done. I'm not blaming one person or no person, but maybe the system needs to be looked at so that we can move faster as far as getting help for people.
Right.
Have you seen that in the past too as well? Because I think this will be my second term with them, Human Relations Commissioner.
Some ways I've seen it improve. The biggest problem I see overall, and that's why I asked you one of the questions, is there's a lot of folks that are out there that are homeless that don't have the ability to really maintain their own housing.
Mhm. But
And
there's
we
some,
expect- but they deserve, they don't, they should be out
Yes.
on the street. And so
yes,
it's like, accept that people are where they're at and
yes.
what they're able to do.
So there should be some type of facility looked upon as far as helping those people that are within those kind of conditions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to get into this historically, but way back when I was in grad school, that was when the change was made, when they deinstitutionalized people and they
Mhm.
closed down all the hospitals and such, and people were supposed to be out in transitional houses in the community. And that model never worked because certain people just aren't at the point that they can
Yes.
understand what they need to take care of themselves.
Mhm.
So that's why I think, and then it comes to it really shouldn't even need to come to the Human Relations Commission. There should just be the services for them.
Yes.
It is set up the way it is now.
Mhm.
So thank you for your patience.
No, I'm glad I'm able to do this. I always wanted to, once I raised my children, I said I wanted to do volunteer work for, they were
Mhm.
born and raised here in Reading, and I wanted to do volunteer work for Reading because I mean, Reading has been good to me. My children all went through the Reading School District and so forth and so on. So I feel blessed that I have this opportunity that I can do this at this point in my life. I have a little bit of energy left in me.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm glad
amazing.
I'm able to do this.
Well, thank you for taking your time for public service.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Yes,
So anyhow, whoops.
I was gonna say, yes, thank you for wanting to serve on this board for a second term. I know
Yes.
definitely showing up to the meetings, that's taking time out of your day when you got other stuff you can be doing. And so I applaud your public service.
No, well, thank you. It's a privilege for me.
So what we'll be doing is next month.
I think you froze.
Yeah, you
Okay.
froze.
Am I frozen now?
Say
good now.
something again. Yeah, you're good.
Wait a minute, okay, my internet connection is unstable. Okay. This is not a good sign. I'm putting it in the chat.
We can hear you now, Marcia.
Okay, so what it
Mhm.
says to me with my internet connection, there's nothing I can do to control it when it's unstable.
Right.
It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
About a month ago, I had to have my whole connection replaced because squirrels made a nest outside where the cable was coming into the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. They actually ate through the wires, and then every time it would rain, my
Mhm.
connection would go down. So I'm hoping they didn't start nesting out there again.
Right, right.
So,
Mhm.
okay, well, anyhow, you will be, your name will come forward on Monday and we'll vote. So if
Okay.
you don't have any questions, thank you for your time.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I don't have any questions. I hope I answered all of you guys, all your questions.
Very
Yes,
good
you did.
discussion, yeah.
Okay. All righty. Thank you.
Here.
Have a good
one.
evening.
You too.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like we're pretty well done, huh, Shelley?
Yep, that's it. I will contact the Susan Gibson and try and get her rescheduled for the 21st.
Okay, so we have a little bit of a break before 5 o'clock, so I'll see you then, Wes.
All right, I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.